Man, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, 2 minutes after the hour. Listen, man, we got the one and only Pastor John P. Key. The song is called I Made It. And we got him on the phone this morning to give us a good word, to get us on, to kind of help us get our day started. Pastor John P. Key, big bro, good morning.
What's up, nephew?
Yes, sir. How you feeling, man? Thank you for doing this for us this morning.
I'm feeling great, bro. I'm on fire this morning.
Yes, sir. Let's go. I know you got a good word, man.
Listen to me. I Made It Out represents a declaration for all of those that have come through or come out of something in the last 4 years, Ricky. People are still struggling. People are still going through. And we tend to forget the pain and struggle the pandemic represented. But as a hood pastor, I tell everybody the pandemic didn't catch us by surprise because we were already ministering to the community, to the homeless, to the disenfranchised. You know how we do it. So when you declare with a loud voice, as the song did, I made it out, you literally testify that nothing that shackled you held you down. So my brothers, my sisters, this morning, you are alive and breathing. That's major. That's boss. But that means you have been given another opportunity to tell God thank you. Yeah. It's my prayer that God will put you in the presence of some people that will celebrate you this week. Celebrate your victories and not in the presence of them haters. Well, we have a good word this morning, and here it is. Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. Yep, your life is on purpose. And as you start to thank God for the little things this week, it is my prayer, your hood pastor, Pastor John P. Key, that God continues to supersize everything you ask for. I love y'all, and thank God for allowing me to share.
Hey, man, we love you too. Hey, Pastor Key, let everybody know how you can be reached and how we can find all your music.
Listen to me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Keetwit, Keetwit. Facebook, I'm Pastor John P. Key Official. And all you got to Google me, baby. You can find all my music and my new hit, Sugar Don't Go On Grits. Yeah, you can get it.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 13 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. The front page is being brought to you by Pepto-Bismol. Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol. Pepto provides fast 5-symptom relief for upset stomachs. Use as directed. Keep out of the reach of children. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. An American nurse and her child have been kidnapped in Haiti, according to the Christian humanitarian aid organization she works for. Alex Dorsainville and her son were reportedly abducted on Thursday morning. The two were taken while serving in their community ministry near the capital city, Port-au-Prince. U.S. authorities have instructed Americans in Haiti to leave due to the rising violence in the country. In other news, a bug in Apple's screen time parental controls is allowing kids to bypass the daily time restrictions set by their parents. That means kids can play games and interact on social media for more hours in the day than their parents think is healthy. The problem is that when parents are setting time restrictions for their kids, the changes are not being picked up by screen time. Lastly, we talked about this last week. The Mega Millions jackpot grew to a whopping $1.05 billion after no ticket matched all 6 numbers on Friday night's drawing. The next drawing for the prize, which is currently equal to the 4th largest Mega Millions jackpot to date, is on Tuesday. A lump sum payment would be an estimated $528 million. I'm Maria Moore, and that's what's happening in news. For more on these stories and other headlines, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Man, everybody talking about the Terrence Bud Crawford knocking out Errol Spence Jr. to become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, man. The fight was stopped in the 9th round. Crawford was by far the better fighter. Wasn't even close. Crawford put Spence on the canvas 3 times. Pinpoint accuracy with all of his punches. And he came into the ring with Eminem. That was his hype man for his walk up to at the beginning of the fight, man. He played Lose Yourself. Everything was all about Terrence Crawford.
The one that got beat up?
No, this was Terrence Crawford. Crawford that won the fight. You know, this is what he had to say after the fight.
This meant everything to me. I wanted to give honor to God for blessing me to be here, to be able to perform in front of each and every one of y'all. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to thank Errol Spence and his team for me and him coming together and getting this fight underway. This is a fight that everybody wanted to see. The whole world was talking about it, and we put on a great show.
Class act, man.
We don't want no rematch because that dude did a good job of beating what's his name Fist with his face.
Come on, dog.
That's what he did.
Look, man, we
you
love
beat up his fist with
dog.
your face.
You right, dog. Hey, Errol Spence.
We thank you for the opportunity, but we don't want to see the rematch. We don't want to see that no more.
We love Errol Spence, man. He right from the DF
We do.
Dub. You know what I'm saying? He had having an
Oh, he from
amazing
DF
career.
Dub?
Yeah, from Dallas, Texas, man. But Terrence Crawford was just it wasn't
Where
even
Terrence
close.
from?
Where's Terrence from, man? I don't know where Terrence is
From the beat your ass town. That way from.
Oh my goodness, it was
Beat your ass quick town.
You ever had that feeling in your stomach like, man, I'm starting to feel sorry
Man,
for
that was the worst after school fight I ever saw, man. That dude looked like the episode of Martin when Martin jumped in the ring. God
There it is,
dang.
man. Gary, what's up, dog?
All right, y'all. Beyonce is kind of letting the world in on some of her beauty tips, honey. They say Beyonce revealed recently, y'all, that, honey, she's been very guilty of putting her work above her own self-care. She said, quote, I think like many women, honey, I have felt the pressure of being the backbone of my family and my company, and didn't realize how much, y'all, that takes a toll on my mental and physical well-being. She told that to Harvard Bazaar. She said, honey, I have not always made myself a priority. Oh, my God. They said, but by the same interview, they said, honey, which was published for Beyonce's 40th birthday, they said she alluded to a renaissance emerging. They said, and sure enough, honey, it has both, and her music and self-care practices. I mean, do y'all women, Maria, Tamika, do y'all put y'all family and businesses first, or do y'all take care of y'all beauty first, or just take care of yourself?
I would say family first.
Really?
For me. Yes, family first for me.
Really? What about you, Maria?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Family first. I can't have peace unless my family is
That's
straight.
right.
I wouldn't do that. I would put me first, then family.
Well,
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard too.
Yeah, I mean, I ask some of these men who they put first. Ricky, who y'all put first? Family or
Me?
yourselves?
It's not them.
Okay, there you have
Ricky,
it.
you put family
I know,
first.
Ricky,
we
yes,
see it
you
all
do.
on social
Yes.
media.
damn
Boy,
that.
stop.
Whatever.
Man, damn that. Damn that. Damn that.
Ricky, no,
That's not true.
No, you got to put yourself first, honey. You got to
Damn
put
right,
yourself
Gary.
first. That's right. Because they say if the head ain't happy, the tail can't follow.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
now.
the Kahlua today, honey, is one of my favorite Kahlua. My
We're
Kahlua
gonna see
today,
them out there when they 80 years old, standing in front of Walmart. We're gonna go to the nursing home and see both of them. Damn that. Go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, the Kahlua is malachite. On the hand, you say malachite, and on the lawn, you say beautiful green. That's your Kahlua for today. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is the bottom of the hour, y'all. Hey, Brett is out on maternity leave, but sitting in for the Brett, we got the one and only, the world famous from the group Escape, Tamika Scott.
In the building.
Hey, good morning.
Happy to have you.
Yes. Thank you. Glad to be here. Like you said, I am sitting in for my girl, the Brat. And this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. Okay, this kind of upset me a little bit, but I'm just going to go with it. Cardi B had a drink thrown at her on stage Saturday while she was performing in Las Vegas. She was in the middle of her hit song, Bodak Yellow, during the show at Dre's Beach Club when a white cup was tossed at her, splashing her with a clear liquid. Now, Cardi looked stunned in a viral video of this incident, which then shows her launching her microphone at the woman who threw the cup.
Good.
Now, the woman who threw the cup, I don't think she got hit, but the security guards immediately swarmed into the area while Cardi yelled at the concert goer from the stage. Her microphone was quickly returned and she went on with the show. Now, the cup thrower was kicked out, but now another woman who was in the crowd has come forward and said she was hit by the mic by Cardi mistakenly. So I'm hoping there will be no legal actions there. And Cardi,
I hope Cardi hit her. I hope she chipped her front tooth with that damn microphone. The fact that you got the audacity to throw a drink on. I saw the video to throw a drink. Everybody using I'm a fan to justify bull crap. Just because, but I'm a fan. Everybody say every time you correct somebody, but I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? To justify your bull crap, throwing a drink on somebody, it is a blessing to be in the audience and to be that close up front. To have a wonderful artist like Cardi B come on stage, and the only thing you can think to do is throw a drink on her. That's so disrespectful.
Front seat tickets are expensive, so she paid all that money to do that for what? For likes? to say that she
Man,
did
I hope
it.
that
That's
microphone
just
hit her and chipped her front tooth. I hope every word she uttered got an S to it from that chipped tooth.
Lisp.
Your stupid self. And people like that just stupid. I'm a fan, so I get to do whatever I want to do because I'm a fan. That's
that don't
crazy.
make you a fan. That
It
is
don't.
definitely not a fan. I
'Cause the
don't
real
want no
fans-
fans like that. Y'all can stay
Yeah.
away. Those type of
Yeah, the
fans,
real
stay
fans don't-
away.
Yeah, the real fans don't do that, Tamika. They don't do that. The real fans are kind and thoughtful and respectful or whatever. Folks will speak to you and artists will give you anything you want, but be respectful. Don't do
That's
stuff
right.
like that. It's ignorant generation. They ignorant as hell. I get mad about stuff like that because artists like yourself and Brett and Cardi B, you work hard. You work hard. It's a lot of preparation that goes into a performance. And when somebody come in and do something stupid like that, it throws your whole mindset off. Even though she went on with the show, that's still in her head. And now you on the other side of the stage. You can't even perform for the fans because you want to stay away from that energy because you mad. It's
And then
crazy.
you're thinking, like, if somebody saw this person do it, would somebody else try it? Monkey
Right.
see, monkey do.
Right.
So it is hard. It is. But
That ain't never happened to y'all, did it?
No, let me tell you, Tiny don't be playing that. We be performing sometimes, and she be like, "You see the third row? The girl on the third row is talking mess." I'm like, "Tiny, how you see her talking mess? The girl on the third row." I'm like, "Girl, ain't nobody on the third row talking mess, girl. Get back in the song." Like Tiny,
Tiny be ready.
Tiny be with it. She be with the business. She would have jumped out. She would have jumped out into the audience, and then my crazy butt would have jumped right behind her.
It always be the light skinned one.
It always be right. No, it be the short one. It be the short one.
yeah,
But yeah, Tiny, she'll be playing that.
Why would you be on the third one? I mean, why would you come to a show and hey, why you just can't throw your hands up and just sing the song, man? Sing the
Yes,
song.
honey.
What you
Because
talking
we'll be
about?
singing What I Need From You. They're going to be saying what they need from us is understanding. I'm Tamika Scott, and that's what's hot on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hey, y'all give it up for Tamika Scott. Thank you for that. Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time for Rock Tease. Joke of the day. All right, put your seatbelts on, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to crack you up. Go ahead, Rock.
What is brown and sticky?
What is brown and sticky?
A stick.
Hey, Special K, how was your weekend?
That
was funny.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
Tamika, how was your weekend?
It was great. It was wonderful.
What you do?
Come on, Tamika.
What you do this weekend?
Just had a couple of meetings.
Okay.
Come on, y'all got to give it to Rock on that one. That was good.
No, the way you were looking, Special K was looking like, and then you started laughing. You had this look on your face like it was going to be a hard answer. And then you was like, oh.
Y'all got to give it to him on that one. That one.
Gary, how was your weekend? Gary, how you
My
feeling? You
weekend
feeling
was-
better?
I'm feeling much better. Thank you for asking, because my weekend was brown and sticky.
Yeah, we believe that. We believe that.
Coming from you, dog.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
All right, so we're going to say that the road to jail sometimes is paved with good intentions. I think that would be a good title for this story. So props to this dude for wanting to help his daughter out. But maybe he should have just waited until the next morning after he sobered up. I'm going to let y'all figure out what type of guy this was. Yeah. So a 51-year-old dad got a DUI while driving his riding mower through town at 1 o'clock in the morning. And picture that. When a cop pulled him over and asked what he was doing, he said, quote, "I just thought I'd drive this old girl over to mow my daughter's lawn." I'm going to let y'all
Oh,
guess.
that's nice.
Which kind of guy is this? Is it one of us or one of them? The cop said 1 o'clock a.m. probably wasn't the best time for that. His chest cam was running, so there was video of it. And he did a drunk test on the guy. Breathalyzer clocked this dude at 0.19. For those of you that don't drink, that's more than twice the legal limit there and almost 4 times the legal limit overall. Now, he's due in court in September, and he is definitely facing a drunk driving charge, which I don't agree with. Now, apparently, this isn't uncommon. Last April, a man was arrested for DUI after driving his lawnmower into an Arby's drive-thru. I'm I'm trying to see what's the crime here.
Ain't no crime yet.
What is the crime
He was
there?
hungry.
Why you can't drive a riding lawnmower? At least you on a vehicle.
And if you live out in the country, in farmland, that's normal.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if
Yeah,
you in
but
New
those
York City,
they go real slow, man. So what's the whole point?
exactly. I think this is a waste of police resources. I think that this man should have been allowed to go on back to the house. Now, the only issue is now you can't cut grass at 1 o'clock in the morning unless you really do live out in the country. If you live in a neighborhood, nobody wants you cutting grass at 1 a.m. But I don't think do y'all think he should have been arrested for that?
No, not arrested, but not arrested, but probably given a ride home and have his lawnmower, let him go pick up his lawnmower the next day, trying to be a good dad to go over there and cut his daughter's grass or whatever. So, but not
How
to
bad
go
did
to
her
jail.
grass? Yeah, right. How bad did her grass have to look that he just decided to go at 1 o'clock in the morning and cut it? That grass is way out of control.
Man, when you drunk, man, it depends on what you drinking. What y'all? Let's talk about what you think he had to drink to make you want to get up and go cut grass at 1 o'clock in the morning. What liquor? Was it Hennessy? Was it Crown? Was it Ciroc?
No,
was
it wasn't
Patron?
neither one of those.
Moonshine.
That's straight moonshine.
This was an older white dude.
Yeah, that's some old Sanford and Son. Some
Probably that he
juice,
made.
some Ripple or something.
On his land. He got his own moonshine.
I appreciate that, Special K. Boy, Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Everybody who rode in an ambulance car, throw your hands up. If you rode in an ambulance car,
Who rode in the ambulance car? Everybody. Yeah.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day, Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Tamika Scott. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. They're saying, y'all, that she is an overnight sensation. She may be the next star. And who am I talking about? That's little Miss Peyton Gale Fuso. That's Peyton Gel Fuso. Peyton Gel Fuso. That's Gelfuso. They're saying she may be the next biggest star because you know why? It's being rumored that she is the beautiful girlfriend of Mr. Bronny James, y'all. Now they're saying that Peyton was spotted the other day, honey, visiting Bronny in the hospital while he suffered from that cardiac arrest recently. Now they're saying Miss Gel Fuso was photographed, honey. She was wearing a beautiful black workout top and some black leggings with her hair up in a bun, and they're saying people was just raving over her. And now they're saying that, honey, there's not much known about her, but they're saying it's rumored that she's definitely little Bronny's girlfriend. Now, if you don't know, they're saying she's a student at Southern Methodist University, which is SMU in Texas, and she's a member of the Tri-Delta sorority, not the Delta sorority, the Tri-Delta
Not
sorority.
Delta Sigma Theta.
Not Delta
but
Sigma
Tri-Delta.
Theta, exactly. But Tri-Delta, yes, honey. And everybody's raving about her, honey. She's a European woman, and they're saying that people are wondering, honey, how much in love is she and Bronny James, honey. So that's a big thing. So congratulations to her, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? That
Let me hold
down.
you tight.
Yeah, she held him.
Only for one night. Yes, sir.
Yep, everybody's raving. Yeah, that is definitely love. People saying that was nice, honey. That she travels between Dallas and Los Angeles, and like I said, people are wondering, how deeply in love this couple is.
Have you ever loved somebody? Ooh, yeah. Was that it, Tamika? Did I hit the notes?
You hit it, baby. You hit it.
But it's so beautiful though, and along those lines with Little Miss Peyton, y'all, it was released, y'all. They released the most famous power couples of 2023, y'all, and this is amazing, y'all. Now they're saying the most powerful, and Rock T, you could help me with this. They're saying some of the most powerful couples of 2023 is Mr. James Harden and Miss Ola Neighbor. They're saying Al Horsford and Andrea Vega. Joel, how you say his last name on Rati?
Joel
Embiid and Miss Anna DePaula and Mr. Trey Young and Miss Shelby Miller, Julius Randle and Miss Kendra Shawn and Drew Holiday and Laverne Holiday. These are all y'all. If y'all don't know these names, they're sports players, right, Rock T?
Yeah,
most of them are.
Yeah.
And they're all the power couple of 2023. And what's so great about this is all the men are of African American descent and none of the women are black.
But don't a power couple mean that the woman got money too?
Well, no, because all these guys are rich black guys and all these women are European non-rich.
Those are power
women.
singles.
She does have money. His money.
Dang, she got
All the
money.
tender love you giving to me. Tender love.
Tender love.
Love so tender.
I guess it
Holding
is,
me
huh?
close to you. Baby, I surrender. Is that it,
That's it.
They all surrender to all these women. This is something. They're saying y'all that it looks like from this couple that the African American woman's gonna be like the dodo bird, no longer in existence.
Oh no, that's not good.
Well, it ain't good, but y'all need to do something because all these black guys honey, got all these European women, honey. So something ain't good.
Wow.
They might be intimidated by sisters. Ain't nothing like some chocolate. Ain't nothing like a beautiful, strong black woman with that built-in cornbread and butterbean booty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Built in, not added. Built in already come with it. The
Built,
package.
not bought.
Yeah, that's right. Built,
I better
not
be
bought.
quiet, then, because I don't bought a couple of things.
Pinto beans. You know what I'm saying? But you already had it. You just had it and added.
Yeah,
but
I had
everybody
to
didn't
enhance
have it.
I had to enhance a little bit.
Some people had to add, but they didn't have. But you know, if you had and then add, you understand? You got that conjunction booty, that and button R gets you pretty far. Conjunction, junction. What's your fault?
Regardless of all that being said, honey, all these girls say, honey, they ain't had to add and grad, honey. They just got Leroy, honey. Now they got all their coins, honey.
Okay,
so
now.
congratulations,
But
though,
an
honey.
R gets you pretty far.
You
better throw them things together, dog.
And that is one conjunction like this and that.
Right.
But that's another one like not this, but that. And there's R. O-R. When you get a choice like this or that, and but no, get you pretty far. Conjunction, junction. What's your function? Gonna get you there if you're very careful.
Y'all need to get some conjunction because they ain't got nobody for because they wasn't careful, honey. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite color. My color today, y'all, is Malachi. On the high end, you say Malachi. On the low end, you say beautiful green. That's your color for
Kids
today,
TV
honey.
just ain't the same no more, dog.
It ain't rock.
It is.
Come on, dog.
Boy, y'all don't get me started on the electric company. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show time for the wake-up call. 8669 Rickey, let's go.
Wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so it be better. Wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Good morning, this is Mitch calling from Deerfield Beach, Florida, calling to wake up my crew that'll be traveling to New Orleans this week. Wake up.
Good morning. This is Sledgehammer from Birmingham, Alabama. Today I'm calling it my retirement day of 40 years. I thank y'all for waking me up every morning. I want to wake up all the truck drivers out there for the last time. Wake up, drivers. Wake up.
Hey.
I'll keep it going.
Duncan Prejean, or I want to say wake up Omega family from Arcadia, Louisiana.
This is Austin Romero from Deerfield Beach, Florida, and I'm going to need everybody to wake up. Hey, that Big Tail from Houston. Wake up.
Wake up. Hey, Tulsa. Wake up. Come on, Flint. Wake up. In Toledo. Wake up. Des Moines. Wake up.
Hey, man, we want to thank everybody for the wake-up call. 23 minutes after the hour. Listen, man, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up, man. Oh, my God, what you got coming up next? Nothing? No, something. Hold on, I got confused. Hold on, stop. No. No, hold on. I was looking at the wrong thing. We're supposed to be talking about what's coming up next. And Elroy is finna kill me. What the hell is you doing? You know, we got to let everybody know what's coming up next, right?
Yeah, dog.
I heard you saved somebody's life.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to talk about, we talking about that.
Gotta talk about that, dog.
Yeah, we actually got the guy.
Oh, all right, y'all. Yeah, I saved somebody's life this weekend. That's what we're going to be talking about up next. Play the music now. I had an interesting weekend. First of all, let's start right here. Man, I went out with some white dudes. We caught a freaking 4 or 5 Super Day, 400 or 500 pound hammerhead shark.
Man.
What? If y'all want to go, now I love to fish with black people. I love to stand out the dock of the bay and catch some bass and some brims and some crappies. But boy, when you get out there on that ocean, on one of them damn Viking boats with them white dudes, and they catch these fish called bonitas, Rock T.
Right.
And they use bonitas and bonita blood to catch sharks. Now they take you shouldn't do it, but they be taking the shark and they be feeding poor people with it. They take the meat. But you can go on my Facebook page. I got a picture to make us standing next to a 10.5-foot hammerhead shark.
Goodness.
And they had it hanging up on the back of the boat, and it was good and funky. You talking about funky? It was funky, and then that white, what that white fish called? I can't think of. I'm trying to think of the name of the fish. Never mind. But those fish are real funky. I don't know why people catch it and eat it. But I got my friend David on the phone. David.
Hi, Ricky.
Hey, so David is really into boating. And we was having this one of my best friends that live in South Florida, Tamika. We was having a breakfast sandwich. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. Where did you get those sandwiches from, David?
My Market and Deli, Fort Lauderdale.
So, and what kind of sandwich did you have?
It was called the Bimini.
The Bimini sandwich.
That's right.
So David be talking and eating so damn fast, and he sat there and he got choked. Oh. And I'm talking about he got choked, and I'm talking about like that, like can't breathe choke. And I'm sitting there, and he's like, I thought he was having a seizure or something. I knew he had just took a bite of the salmon, then he started drooling. And then I got him, and he stood up. And thank God for all of my CPR classes in high school that I took. And I want to encourage everybody to take CPR classes. And I had to get behind him and ball my fist up and put it at, what do you call it, the abdomen, Special K? Yeah. And I put my hand over my fist, and I had to like 3 times. And then for him to hock up whatever he was choked on. David, if I wasn't there,
I don't know what I would have done. I don't know.
David, scary. was that scary for you?
Very.
Yeah, man. But I'm just glad because you've definitely been a good friend. But I want to encourage everybody to take CPR. But now Special K, this is where it gets interesting. It was a little uncomfortable, like getting behind him.
I cannot.
and I'm trying to, I'm gonna delete the ring camera video because it don't look good.
You was trying to get that Heimlich maneuver on him.
Yeah, I had to stand behind him.
Right.
And it was like I had to like hard 3 times.
Right.
And then when I did it, he went, oh. And then I had to go, oh. He went, oh. And then I went, oh. He went, oh. And then I hit that one last time. I said, oh. And he said, oh. And it was like a man law violation, David. David, did that make you uncomfortable?
Not at all. I liked it.
There you go, David.
Sounds like a Gary with the T.
He said, I'm alive, so I liked it, Jack. He said, shoot.
Oh, I didn't like it. I didn't like it that way.
Yeah. You liked it in the fact that you didn't choke to death.
I liked it for I was on my way down. It wasn't good.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, choking ain't nothing to play with, though, because if you have ever choked on a piece of food, that can be really terrifying.
So, David, did you ever finish the sandwich?
Of course.
Oh, you did?
Oh, my God.
I thought you threw it away.
No. I just needed to get a little separation. We were too close.
Right.
You slowed down when you was eating that.
I had to listen to what Ricky said and just be calm and enjoy eating and let your brain work with your body and not be thinking about and talking about. Just eat. Just do one thing at a time.
Yeah, Rock, he be doing too much. He be on his phone. He's chewing. He moving faster. David, slow down. David, slow down. David, take some CBD oil. Relax.
Talking with his mouth full.
Take your time. He's trying to text. He's trying to take calls. He's just moving around. He's not eating his food, and not his brain is way ahead of his chewing.
Right.
And he's just doing it too. And why are you playing Surface too close in the background? I want to know that. Because the minute I talked about giving him the Heimlich and getting behind him, and I'm having to help him get his food up, why you start playing this?
It's appropriate.
It was
closer than friends.
It's a total man-law violation for you to play that song.
No. You had an emotional moment with David.
But yeah, emotional moment with me behind him, grabbing him from the back.
Yeah, y'all are forever bonded now.
David, we love you, man. Hey, we glad you're safe, man. We glad you're alive, David. Because,
yes, sir.
Hey, David. David, because if something would have happened to you, your funeral would have been yesterday, because white people have their funeral the next day.
Always.
Yeah. Hey, all right, David, man. Thank you, man. We love you, David. J-A-H Lion Sound. Hey, John, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, my pleasure, Rickey.
All right, man. Hey, Black Tony, what's up, man? It's Monday, bro. Can't start the week off.
I know, Saturday night, and I.
How many times I told you, man? Like we really be needing you on Mondays.
Rick, I know, Saturday. What the word I'm trying to do? I severely apologize right now. Like a lot.
Because when you don't show up on Mondays, man, they throw everything back a day.
Cause I know, and I apologize. Like for real talk, like I was on my way to work. I was on my way out though.
Well,
hold on, I'm trying to get myself together.
What happened, though?
I'm having an emotional breakdown. I'm having an emotional breakdown right now.
Breathe.
Cause I was listening to the radio. I was on my way. I was about to pull up, and I was on my way, and I was listening to your friend talking about his story. What happened to him? How you had to save it? Like he almost choked to death.
What's on my friend David?
Yo.
Yeah, when he was choking, and I started saying, like, so how did that get you emotional to the point where you won't even show up? And you about to, how far are you from the radio station?
Oh, what? Right after he called, my boy Pancake called me. You know, my boy Pancake, he called me.
Yeah.
Cause I was coming to work that morning, and he had volunteered to go. He said that he was up over my girl house, and he was gonna take my little boy to school for him, cause I had to come to work.
Yeah.
And he said that story made him think about last night when he was over there. He said, you know, your baby mama, she almost choked to death too. And he said he had to save her life. And I said, you had to get behind her and do the little hand. He said, no, I just had to step back.
He said, had to what?
He said, I just had to step back.
Yeah, that's hurtful, dog. Take the day off. Yeah. Take the day off.
Yeah, dog.
Did he save her life?
Oh. She's still alive this morning, so I guess
so. If he's not the world's worst stutterer, then 27-year-old Eric May comes close. Every new syllable could set off a stuttering spasm.
Negative part. In my experience, he's one of the most severe stutterers I have ever seen. And I've been in stuttering for 20 years. So let me ask you a few questions, okay? You said you wanted to be a professional basketball player. What teams have you played for, Eric?
Well, my first year, I played in...
Eric is now stuck on the letter M.
Played in...
He desperately tries to break the cycle.
I have played in... My first year, I played in.
This is now Eric's fourth attempt.
I can't get it out right now.
It's the narrator.
That narrator.
He's stuck on the letter
He's so
M.
serious.
Oh my gosh.
This is his fourth attempt.
Like he monitoring a presidential debate. I mean, bro didn't crack. I think he was trying to say Memphis, just to clear the record. I think we were trying to get to Memphis. I think that's where we were headed. We were headed to Memphis.
It's good that he was defying the odds,
right,
though, and just really pushing through. That's awesome.
Or maybe Minnesota.
Oh.
Maybe Maryland.
Hold it! He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, 6 minutes after the hour, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. Good morning, Tamika.
Good morning.
It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. It's being reported, y'all, that he may not be working today, y'all. It said ESPN sport analyst, y'all, Stephen A. Smith, honey, he recently apologized, y'all, for a tweet asking if Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. They're saying recently Mr. Smith deleted a tweet in which he asked if Kim was a prostitute. Now they're saying Smith also asked if Kardashian's beautiful mother, Miss Kris Jenner, is a pimp. Now they're saying among the people who took offense to this tweet Mr. Smith put out was Philadelphia 76ers star Patrick Beverly, who reminded Smith that Kardashian has kids. He said, not cool. She has kids. Should not be a title or a topic. Now they're saying Mr. Smith expressed remorse while clarifying that his tweet was a clerical error. Now they're saying clerical error. Somebody said clerical error, bro. You are absolutely right. He said that is being corrected right now as we speak. And for the record, I don't think of Miss Kardashian that way, nor would I ever speak of her on any woman, y'all, that way, which I've stated, honey. That's for checking that issue, y'all. Unquote. Y'all think Stephen gonna lose this job? I mean, Ricky, is he fired? Do y'all watch him? Is he gonna be on today?
Nah, he gonna be on. He ain't gonna lose. But
he'll end up in.
He's not going nowhere.
Yeah, he'll end up in a meeting. That's it.
He did the right thing, though.
Yeah.
This is not his first time getting in trouble, and it won't be his last.
Yeah, that was a little uncalled for. He should.
Yeah, over, honey. But he said that about Kim Kardashian, honey. She's not a woman of African descent.
I guess I want to know when they're gonna put Michael Irvin back on ESPN. He didn't do anything. Show me what he did and why he's not there. Michael Irvin should be back on ESPN. Where is Michael Irvin? Irvin.
Yeah,
and why isn't he back? I just don't like that. And then now we got to look at Malika Andrews all day. I don't even watch ESPN no more.
What?
They love them some Sage Steele and Malika Andrews.
Yeah.
They love them.
Well, we're going to follow this story. Hopefully Stephen is on his job today, because you don't say that about a woman of non-color, honey. You lose your job. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all, rapper Future, speaking of loss, they're saying he lost his child support battle with the beautiful Miss Brittany Millay, honey, one of his 8 baby mothers. Now, according to Radar Online, they're saying Future was ordered to only pay Brittany $5,000 a month in child support for their 10-year-old son, Prince. Now, the decision was based on Future's gross monthly income, because he only makes $30,000 a month, while Brittany only earns y'all $14,000 a month with her online work or whatever. Now, they're saying the judge said that the small increase was necessary based on the substantial change in the income and financial status of the father. Now, Future voluntarily, he paid Brittany only $3,000 a month plus child care expenses, but they're saying Brittany asked the court to please raise the $3,000 to an amount that was more suited for her champagne and strawberries lifestyle. However, they're saying the judge reviewed the rapper's financial records and determined, y'all, that he's practically broke. So Brittany filed for child support after she accused Future of making threats at Prince's 8th birthday party. Now they're saying Future showed up to the court last year demanding that Brittany's child support request be denied and the child support remain the same. But they said he had previously agreed to take out a $350,000 life insurance policy and naming their son as a beneficiary. Now in 2022, they said he admitted that he failed to obtain dental insurance for his son, so the child had to wear silver caps, allegedly, they said. So
no,
Well, that's what they're saying. So
you for real about that baby had to wear silver caps?
That's what they're saying. It's rumored. That's what they're saying. So if he had no dental insurance So we just got to pray. So that's good, though. You know, she's going to get $5,000. $5,000 not that. To me, $5,000 not that much for child support. How from a start? What you think?
I don't know. I mean, depends on. I don't know.
It's not a lot, but I think that what he's doing is he's finding ways to hide his money. So if you say, well, I have these businesses and these businesses are making the money and I'm not making anything, you know, you have an accountant to help you hide money and make it look like you're broke because we know he ain't broke.
Yeah, he not broke, y'all.
They say he only made $30,000 a month.
$35,000 a month.
$35,000. Only $35,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so but we're gonna be lifted.
You should probably get.
It's the only that's throwing me off.
$300,000 per performance, right?
Yes, plus.
Yeah. Well,
and merchandise.
Oh, y'all get, you get paid for merchandise too.
And parking.
Oh, y'all get
and
paid
ticket
for the
sales.
parking lot
and back in.
Oh, ooh. Oh,
Dang.
well.
So he's not.
Yeah.
Hey, Future.
Well, we're going to pray, y'all. Keep them all lifted up in prayer. And then my quick little free story, y'all, it's being rumored, y'all, that maybe Tristan Thompson and Kim Kardashian may be having a thing going on because they've been spotted together at a lot of events recently. And they're also saying that little Kanye's son, West, was being spotted with Tristan at a basketball game, and they were wearing the same type of tennis shoe. So, you know, father and son usually do that, but now it's uncle and nephew. So people saying they're wondering what may be going on with Kim and Tristan, you know. And some people say it's better to keep it in the family. So
that don't mean nothing. He's kind of like her brother-in-law in a sense.
Kind of like.
I mean, he's Chloe baby daddy, right?
Yeah. And
so what's weird about that?
That's a lot weird.
I done hung out with my sister-in-law.
What
that mean?
Yeah, but that's not a good look when it's the Kardashians.
Oh my goodness!
It's not
stretching
a good look.
Yeah, you really stretching.
No, that's not a good look, honey. If they didn't like Tristan yesterday when he was allegedly cheating on Chloe. Now all of a sudden, now you letting your son hang out with the cheater?
That's like his uncle.
No, but still, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. The color of the day here. The color of the day, Ricky, is malachite. On the high end, you say malachite, and on the low end, you say beautiful green. That's your color for the day. Y'all know that's not right here. You don't like him today, but now you're going to send your son out with it, and now they got matching tennis shoes like he the daddy buying his son some tennis shoes.
Boy, if you ain't somebody grandmama talking about some tennis shoes, y'all give it up for Gary with the team.
Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. We're curious to see what y'all think about this topic right here. According to the United States Census, 34% of American adults have never been married. And apparently a lot of generational Z and millennials don't think that they'll get married either.
Survey, more than 40% of young adults up through the age of 40 say they believe marriage is an outdated tradition. That includes 41% of young men and 52% of young women, which is surprising that, women are saying this. Now, one of the reasons is that 73% of them say weddings are too expensive these days. Yeah, it costs a lot. 85% don't think marriage is necessary in order to have a committed relationship. That said, marriages aren't being written off completely. 83% say they hope to be married someday down the road.
Yep. Also, about 38% of young adults say they felt judged for not being married yet. Most young adults think it's intrusive to ask about people's marriage plans. But overall, one of the main reasons people say they are unsure if they believe in marriage is because they do not feel as though the tradition is lasting like it did when our parents got married.
All right, so but the question is, why is that? What do you think more about people opting out of marriage, Gary?
Well, my opinion, and this is mine, in particular for African-American men. African-American men are making more money than they've ever made before in their lives. So what they're doing is, honey, they're not marrying women anymore. They're just playing with them, honey, because they ain't got to marry them like they used to do back in the day. So I feel that's why a lot of black men ain't getting married no more. So that's my thing.
Tamika Scott, what are your thoughts?
I think they don't want to do the commitment. They just like to have fun. And a lot of people don't want to have to answer to somebody. Like, where you going? When you coming back? So it's just easier just to live your life the way it is for these young kids out here.
Right. Maria, what you think?
Ricky, I saw a very powerful video on Instagram where a married woman was saying that people don't know how to be unhappily married. Meaning that inside of your marriage is not always going to be perfect. And nowadays, people just run away at the first problem. They don't know how to work things out, So I think that's the thing that is making it less appealing is that people just don't know how to stay together.
Yep. Well, I mean,
all right, I'm gonna see what Rock T and Special K think. Let's go to the phones first. Good morning.
People aren't getting married because they know once they get married, they ain't getting no more of that cootie cat. Well, if you look back in time, our parents and grandparents needed to get married. They were broke. They had low-paying jobs. You couldn't have a household by yourself. A lot of the men couldn't cook. But nowadays, people don't need each other.
More people need to get married, baby, because married is the right thing to do.
I just think because everybody's out for themselves now.
I mean, I can buy you a ring and put it on your finger and make a promise, but there's no real point other than signing a piece of paper.
I think people not getting married because they find out how the person that they want to marry is not the person that they're supposed to be. Because everybody knows that the women are not going to give up any more cooking.
Other attachments, baby mama drama, baby father drama. There's too many other attachments to other people.
More is because of men. More men aren't getting married because the risk don't outweigh the benefits. The risk of losing everything.
It's because men want people have mixed emotions. They don't really know what they want.
Because it's easy to get in, hard to get out, and it's cheaper, and it's too much money to try to separate.
It's because of the internet. It has made people more accessible. You find somebody that you like, it don't work. Hey, like Easy said, throw it in the gutter and go buy another.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think the internet has really, really, really messed up our relationship because now you got options. You on Facebook with a chick across town that you don't see because back in the day you see a chick in the club or you go somewhere to meet somebody. Now look at the odds at meeting somebody on the internet with just your phone. You see a chick that's attractive, you go ahead and go to her Facebook page and you see single, then now you jumping in the DMs and that's how stuff gets started. Like if your stuff and because back in the day, it seems like, Gary, you was forced to work out your marriage and work out your situation. Special K, what are your thoughts?
Well, looking at my own kids, my kids are all looking forward to get married. Because I think that's because that's what they saw growing up. They're all looking forward to get married. They're all in their 20s. Well, except for my son, he's 19. But they're all looking forward to get married. So, and a lot of their friends are too, but it's the friends that grew up in a house where their parents was married. So I think that has a lot to do with it, too.
Yeah, Rock T.
I think it's a lot of trust issues, maybe a little fear. Yep. A lot of people, if they've had a bad experience in past relationships, maybe they just say, you know what, I'm cool. I'm cool just kind of dating, whatever. I don't want to get all the way committed with marriage or whatever. So that's my personal opinion.
I just don't understand, man, because, man, having a wife, I was married for 12 years, and having a wife, especially if you got somebody that you connected to the soul, that she kind of know that you ready to leave the party or the event, help you get in and out of situations, and especially the one that's basking in their femininity. Did I say it right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. You a nice, soft, smell good, and just kind of know you, man. And because the thing for me is being with someone that you cannot live without. That means, like, if she die, I'm dying that next week because I can't take it.
No, that person got to really be your best friend. Like,
damn
y'all got to
right.
be best friends, period. Like, it is what it is.
You know, doing everything together, finding stuff to do, and just being like that, like soulmate. That's more important. Hey, if you couldn't get through, hit us up on our Facebook page. Go to Rickey Smiley Morning Show.com and leave your comments. Rock T, what's the question for today?
All right, man. So this DM comes from Instagram, actually, and it says that I have a situation that I need some help figuring out. I'm a 22-year-old female, and I have always had attraction to much older men. I've been out on a couple of dates with a guy that's 47 that I'm really starting to get feelings for. The problem is he's a coworker of my mom. He don't want her to know because he thinks she's going to get upset and freak out. Now, I'm grown, but I still live with her in her house, so she still lives with mama, all right? But he's open to be moving in, for her moving in with her. I'm sorry, for her moving in with him. And he's recently separated from his wife. I feel like that the longer that we wait to tell her, the worse it can get. What should I do?
I see disaster all over this.
Why you say that?
Because everything is just moving too fast. They've been out on a couple of dates. She's starting to get feelings for him. He worked with her mama. She lived with her mama house, and he talking about moving in with her. He ain't even divorced yet. He's just separated. So he just got him.
Well, he moving in with her. She moving in with him.
He's talking about her moving in with him, but he's separated from his wife. So that means he probably just got an apartment.
Or they could be the same house that him and his wife shared, and she moved out.
Now, that's that part.
Either
right there.
way, you moving too fast, bro.
Yes.
Like I would need to talk to him. Like, bro, what you doing?
He's just looking at that young meat.
Exactly. Tamika called it.
Fresh meat.
I wish I would be sending my old ass up. It was about a 22 years old, buck naked in the middle of the bed with a big ass bowl of Captain Crunch with milk running down her chest.
Watching cartoons. You watching cartoons.
I promise to God, hey, Tamika, that literally has she wasn't 22. But you sit up there, you done smashed the chick, and she's sitting up there watching cartoons. You sitting up there in the doorway
you
thinking
hear
like,
Coco Melon.
right? What am I doing? What happened?
Yeah.
How did all that mix up together?
Oh, I wish I was his friend.
Yes.
She got to at least be old enough to rent a car. She got to be old enough to go to Avis or Hertz and rent a damn car.
Able to get in the club and buy cigarettes.
Yes.
So how old is she? 22?
22.
Okay, that's old enough. I mean, women mature much faster than men.
No.
Hell, he might
He
not
47.
be mature.
He damn near 50.
Yeah, okay. But
Man,
I mean,
that girl
she could be mature.
still got
But he's
barrettes,
still
tabos, and
married.
pink oil moisturizer in her drawer.
And the good thing about it for her mama, with her, at least she knows he has a job. So, I mean, he working. He ain't like one of these youngsters that's going around there ain't
Again,
doing
what about
nothing.
the fact that he just got separated from his wife? He ain't even divorced
So he can
yet.
always go back, or she can always go
Right.
back. So her heart can get broken any day now.
Well,
Yeah, that's kind of.
She and him at the dinner, set at the dinner table for 6 Hot Pockets. Somebody finna sit up here and eat these little caskets. She just, Kay, what she done cook, Kay? Kay, what Sunday dinner look like? You got a chick 22. What Sunday dinner look like?
Oh, some beefaroni.
Wait a minute. It depends where she's from now. I can't lie. I started cooking real early from the
you
South.
from the South.
I'm from the South.
You from the South, of course.
So
You
she
was
might
raised
can throw
like that.
down in the kitchen because she still live with her
All of them
mama.
from the South can't cook at 22 because I only dated women from the South, and all of them can't. Some of them can't cook at 32, and I know some at 42 can't cook. So, okay, what else is 22-year-old meal look like? What?
Yeah, it's beefaroni. It's them Marie Callender's microwave, the microwave dinners. The Salisbury steak with the macaroni and cheese.
She
and
don't
the
even
little
put
mashed potatoes with the little
She
chicken.
don't even put no onion and no garlic powder, no seasoning on the Salisbury
Oh no,
steak.
ain't no,
Try-
no, ain't.
Her
seasoning cabinet ain't got nothing but
every
salt and
now and
pepper.
then when I just need to eat something right quick, but I do season it.
Yeah,
God.
No,
What the conversation like? Hey, Tamika, I went out with chicks in their 40s and they don't even know who represent them in Congress. They don't know who the mayor is. They don't know who. When Barack Obama was president, I'd be doing test questions. I'm like, hey, have you ever heard of Joe Biden? They have no idea. That Joe Biden is the vice president of the United States. Even when
Ricky,
but I bet you they know how to roll a blunt.
No, the real fine ones.
and can name every housewife. Every housewife from Atlanta, Portia, Nene, they name all of them, but they don't know who's on the school board. Like that's not for me. If you don't minimally know who represent you in Congress, man, it ain't nothing to talk about. After you smash, what do you have?
I was gonna say after you smash, because the real fine ones, they don't know. The real fine ones don't know. The real fine ones don't know, and it's okay.
And maybe that's what he wants.
I'm also not going to sit up with a chick that know all of that stuff and she ain't got no legs. So you just have to choose.
You call it shorty.
Sitting up with a chick that know everybody represents. She know the Lord and everything perfect. Roll her own hair up. You ain't got to get her hair done. She do her own fingernails. Be sitting up there watching In the Heat of the Night and Family Feud with a fan blowing. But she know everything. But she got to be. It's got to be a good balance. That's all I'm saying. Not trying to crack on nobody. So do we have phone calls today?
But shout out to the fine women who don't know nothing about politics. y'all get a pass. At least for that weekend. Y'all get a pass.
Yeah.
Y'all get a pass for that weekend.
Hey, let me say this to all the fellas out there. Once you get used to the fineness, once you get used to the hazel eyes and the long hair, and you get used to that, and she have nothing else, and she's shallow, she like don't know God, don't know, don't offer anything, can't help with nothing, can't help you figure nothing out. Man, you ain't got nothing, and that's vice versa. Ladies, once you get used to the dark skin, the bald head, and the beard, that's what y'all like to do. That look like Michael Jordan, and what's the name that play running back for that from LSU Super Day?
Fournette.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette. Once you get used to that, and he playing the Game Boy all day and rolling blunts, and he don't have nothing off, and he, clothes ain't washing no clothes, ain't folding up nothing, ain't paying no bills. You got to go get some the stuff with the little brush on it, to scrub the back of his drawers, because he just slid into first base.
Oh, not Ricky.
Boy, let me tell you something, boy. Hey, look. America, I was having a real bad morning this morning. This sun is really lifting my spirit, man. I really needed this, man. That's a Pet Shop. West End Girls, one of my all-time favorite songs. Oh, man, I used to wait on MTV, man. That was even before BET, man. We had MTV, and they would play the Pet Shop Boys, man. That was like the jam back in the day. And you know what? Every black radio station all over the country was playing it. All the black radio stations was playing the Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls. Special K, what you know about this?
Oh, come on now. I grew up. This is my era, man.
Right.
This is my era.
Yes, sir, man. Like this, Duran, Journey, Boston, man. Them MTV videos back in the day, used to get stuck and just watching, man. It's like 80s soft rock is one of the best eras of music, in my opinion, after 90s.
And I don't know what it is about Duran, for them to be from Australia, had a lot of soul in their music, because that damn Reflex and Union of the Snake.
Come on, dog.
The bass line, they had to have somebody black on that bass guitar, because the bass line was so funky on, especially that Union of the Snake. That Union of the Snake. I think we already played that one, but we got a whole lot. Hey, listen, we doing Blue Eyed Soul all week long. We going back to the MTV days, and I mean, you had to watch MTV because you got that's on it. You got to watch it in order to see Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yep.
And Marvin Gaye.
Yep.
Sexual Healing video with them chicks in the background with them black stockings and white shoes on, talking about get up.
Come on, dog.
Let's make love tonight.
Yes, sir.
Man, I would sit in front of MTV all damn day and watch every last one of those videos. It brought so much joy to my life, man. But I love the Pet Shop Boys. What's some of your other songs that you like, Rock?
Man,
Special K? Maria?
That doggone anything from Boston, Journey, anything, man, just that whole era is crazy, man. Toto, all of them, man. It's so many.
What about Ambrosia? Biggest Part of Me. That's always been one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
I like Wham. Everything She Wants. That's my jam.
Come on now.
Oh my gosh.
And then that other one.
Careless Whispers.
Careless Whisper.
What y'all know about Bryan Adams, man? Bryan Adams, straight from the heart. Come on, dog.
Man,
Bruce Hornsby in the Range. Christopher Cross.
The Bee Gees.
Ride Like the Wind.
Christopher Cross, Ride Like the Wind, and Selling so dope. Avant remade it. Avant version of Selling Kills. We might have to throw that in this week. Play like half of Christopher Cross, then the other half we'll play Avant. All of that stuff, man. That was great music, man. That's awesome, man. Thank y'all for letting us share that with you. We got some more songs. And hit us up on the website if you got a song that you want to hear, like from our high school days, for songs that are staying in your head all day. Hit us up. Experience with the loss of a loved one, it can happen with the loss of any kind, and there can be surprising side effects due to prolonged unprocessed grief. And my next guest is committed to helping those going through it, and has a new book called Just Beyond Grief. Welcome to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. My good friend from the Refresh Family Church in Birmingham, my friend Bishop Stephen A. Davis, y'all. Come on, make some noise.
Yes.
Hey, man, good morning, Bishop.
Good morning, Ricky. How are you this morning?
Man, I'm good. I am so happy to have you this morning. I'm sure everybody's going through grief, even if you lost a loved one 2, 10, 15 years ago. Grief is so much more than losing a loved one. What are some of the other things people can, be grieving over and not realizing it?
Well, Ricky, there's so many things that people can be grieving over and not realize it. And what I've discovered is that any type of loss can stimulate grief. So if there's a loss of wages, you don't have to lose your job, but if you lose wages, you can grieve over that. If you do lose a job, you can grieve over that. A child moving out of the home, going off to college, can cause parents to experience grief. Anything that is considered a loss or an adjustment, leaving your home country or your home state, that can cause grief. So many people are dealing with grief, and they don't really realize that grief can be stimulated in any area. It does not have to be just the death of a loved one.
Good morning, Bishop Davis. How are you doing today?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I am good. I had a question. How does grief show up in everyday life, and how has grief impacted you personally?
Well, normally grief shows up in everyday life. It can impact your appetite, so there can be weight gain or weight loss. There can be a lot of sorrow or fatigue, so your energy level fluctuates. So it can show up in those ways in your life. So you have to monitor yourself. If there's a sudden change after a loss in your eating habits, in your energy level, that could be a sign that you're grieving. And for me personally, grief, I use grief to thrive, and I've learned that over the years because it can set you back or it can catapult you forward. So what I've done is I've stimulated my mind. I've done a lot of study on my mind. Now, I'm not just a spiritual person. I'm an intellectual person as well, and I study my mind. I check to see what causes me to retract and what causes me to propel forward. So I take the things that are negative and I put a positive spin on it and say, this is working for my good, and that pushes me forward in spite of what I'm feeling in that particular day.
Wow.
So, we're speaking with Bishop Stephen A. Davis, from Refresh Family Church in Birmingham. So now some people say that things get better, Bishop, with time. So how long does it take to overcome grief?
Well, that's dependent upon the person. The length of time to overcome grief is dependent upon the person, how that particular person is processing what they've gone through or the losses that have occurred in their lives. So some people it may take 6 months. Some people it may take a year. Some people it may take longer than that. And then it's determined by your surroundings, your support groups. If you have a good support group as a family or a church or just some really good friends, it shortens the period of time that you process through grief. I know this particular family that they're really close-knit. They had a sudden death, but they're processing really well, but they're really close. They communicate constantly, and they do so many things together, and it helps them to process through the grief. So that is determined by the person. It is also determined by the culture that has been created for that person or persons who are going through grief.
Wow. Well, Bishop Davis, this is such great information, both spiritually and practically. Sometimes when folks are going through grief, they feel like they don't even want to take the first step because they're not sure that the outcome will be positive. Is there any incentive for overcoming grief, and how can people start to get through the grief they're feeling?
Well, I always believe, and I'm just a positive person. I've gone through a lot, but I'm still on a positive note, and that's very important because I believe there's something greater just beyond the moment of grief. If I can use scripture just for a minute, out of 1 Samuel chapter 1, you find out that Hannah was grieving because she could not have a child. But just beyond her grief was a child who was Samuel, and then she had more children after that. If we move beyond grief, we will multiply in assets. We will multiply in the things that we believe are supposed to come into our lives. So the incentive is there's something greater after that moment of grief.
Wow.
Man, boy, no, don't get me started. Because I think for me, Bishop Davis, it's the insult after the injury. You know what I mean? You dealing with just vile family members and things that happen. You can't grieve because you angry because of what things. This is for me personally. Things that happen after the deceased and stuff and stuff that you're fighting, because you're fighting stuff and you can't even grieve. You know, you can't even grieve. And so what I think for me, what I do is just kind of block it out of my mind and just go out and just try to live and have a good time. But it's there, it's deep inside of you like a tumor. It's like a tumor that's growing and you can't deal with it. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to think about it. And you just kind of just let it be and let it sit. But you're scared to deal with it because you're scared that it might break you down because you got a job to do. You got to go to work. You know, you got to continue to provide for your family. And then you got to continue to be there for me personally to support other people that's also grieving, because it's just not about me. And, man, we need to have you come on more and just talk about different stages, because a lot of people, man, grieving, and then they lose the house and they in court, they fighting family members over the one that done took care of Big Mama and then get kicked out of the house when Big Mama died because somebody from up north got all the sense and education and mistreat other family members that was there for the Bishop. It's so many levels to this thing. It's so many stuff with family members that just make the grieving process way more worse than the loss itself is enough. And then you got to deal with the other stuff, Bishop.
Yeah. Well, we see that a whole lot, and we see it so much because different people respond to grief differently. So some people get angry. So that anger is stimulated by the grief. But what I've come to understand is every single person has a response to grief. And it may be lashing out against the other. It may be trying to dominate the family or monopolize things simply because of grief. But they have their different ways of responding. What I've learned is to, and I'm a pastor, so I think a certain way. I learned to forgive those who respond differently than myself when it comes to grief. And I had to do that because some of the things that I experienced, I couldn't have gone on. Now I'm a help to those that are grieving. They can reach out to me by stephenadavis.org. That'll go to my website. You can go to Refresh Family Church. You can reach us that way. That's refreshfamily.church, and you can reach me that way. All of our content will come up. There is also a link that leads to some grief support groups. It's not grief counseling, it's grief support groups. So any of those ways, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, YouTube. I have a podcast as well. I am the one, Bishop Stephen A. Davis, so they can reach me that way.
Yeah, Bishop, I might have to come and join you. I'm just scared right now. Now, Bishop, what were you saying about your, where did we leave off? What are you saying about your personal experience?
Yeah, well, my mom had transitioned, and I received a little bit of, not personally, it wasn't directly, but indirectly, some backlash, because I had moved my mom into a home that was better, myself and some of my sisters, and one of my brothers, he had some issues with that, but he was grieving because my mother transitioned. And I understood grief from my side. I had knowledge about things. I studied. I'd been in courses. But he didn't have any of that. So because he didn't have the proper understanding of how to process grief, there were words that he spoke back then against me. But now he's better because he's processed through some level of grief. I believe over time, those who are not educated when it comes to grief, they will come around. And they may not apologize, but they will warm up to you just a little bit more after that period of time. And grief does ease up as time goes by. But when you're educated in it and you're around the right people that have that expertise in the area of grief, it moves you forward a whole lot faster.
All right, Bishop Davis, let everybody know again, everybody that's grieving, going through stuff, how. And everybody, please jump on, when you do your live and you do your podcast so everybody can watch, so we can all learn from this. Let everybody know we got 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, you can get on my podcast. I come on Tuesday mornings. Every Tuesday morning, it's I Am the One segment. That's always encouraging. That's the one I encourage everyone to get on. Just go to Stephen A. Davis. Go to my Facebook page. I'm always there. We post it later on YouTube. But go there, and I promise you, you will receive something very encouraging on that set. That's the I Am the One segment on Tuesday mornings.
Man, I absolutely love you, man. I really mean that.
I love you too.
Man, I love you. I might ride over to you. You at home?
I'm at the church right now. You have liberty. If you want to come by, you can come by.
All right, I'm gonna swing by there when I get off work, man, just to hug you, man. Thank you so much for coming on this show, and it's encouraging because I was really feeling bad today, and you really lifted my spirits, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Bishop Stephen A. Davis, Refresh Family Church, Birmingham, Alabama. Love you, man.
Love you too.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, it's the bottom of the hour. Got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. Officials have confirmed that an additional person has died and a third person is missing after a deadly weekend at Lake Lanier, located in Georgia. On Thursday, a 24-year-old man identified as Thomas Milner jumped off a dock into the lake and was shocked by electricity in the water.
Okay, listen. You cannot, folks, they've been telling y'all, I understand everybody got these theories about Lake Lanier. Or whatever. The reason you can't swim by a dock because people have their boats there and there's electrical currents running through the dock because you got all of that electrical currents coming from the dock because people have to plug their boats up to get lights and sound and water and everything. And they tell you do not swim where the boat is docked. You can swim on the beach or swim when you're out in the water. It don't have nothing to do with the lake being hunted. I don't want to get into all of that, but I'm telling you specifically this case right here, man. Those electrical currents around the dock, you got to hold all that electricity. I can get David back on the phone, can break all that stuff down for you, but we know not to swim around the dock where the boats, because boats are plugged up and getting electricity, and you got about 20, 30 boats on one dock. So imagine how much, is it horsepower or is it called electrical
Watts.
currents? Huh?
Watts.
Yeah, watts
Amps,
of electricity running through that dock and around that area. That's not a safe place to swim. I'm sorry, Maria, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Yeah, that is the main headline we're following. Of course, this is making national news, and there have been quite a few deaths between 94 and 2022 at the famous lake. 76 people died in boating incidents, and there were 140 drowning deaths. So there's something going on over there with Lake Lanier.
And that's why you're driving a boat and drinking and driving a boat is just as dangerous, because you have a car accident if you're drinking and driving. But if you have a boat accident, you get knocked out the boat and you're knocked unconscious and you land in water. So if you land in water and you're unconscious, that means you drown if you don't have a life jacket on. Half of those deaths is not wearing life jackets. Out there on the boat, if you're on a small deck boat and you don't have nothing keeping you in the boat and somebody crashes into you or whatever, and you get knocked the hell out and you in water, you gone. I can break all this stuff down. Let's just talk about it one day, Maria.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's a big story we're following, and of course, more news headlines can be found at RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
Man, the fight over the weekend. Terrence Bud Crawford knocked out Errol Spence Jr. to become the undisputed welterweight champion. Fight was stopped in the 9th round. Crawford was by far the better fighter, man. It wasn't even a close fight. I thought it was going to be a little closer.
Man, that character Martin when Martin fought.
Bro, it looked like that, man. He put Spence on the canvas 3 times. Pinpoint accuracy with all of his punches. Man, he came out with Eminem. Eminem was his hype man for his walk to the ring as he played Lose Yourself, man. And here's what Crawford had to say after the fight.
This meant everything to me. I wanted to give honor to God for blessing me to be here, to be able to perform in front of each and every one of y'all. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to thank Errol Spence and his team for me and him coming together and getting this fight underway. This is a fight that everybody wanted to see, the whole world was talking about it, and we put on a great show.
Now
Hey, Rock.
Yeah, man.
I got one question. Was Cole and Gina and Bruh Man and
Say,
Tommy,
man.
was they there?
Hey, that's what it looked
Was they
like,
there?
dog. That's what it looked like, man. I love Errol Spence. That's the homie from Dallas, man. He doing big things. It's not the end of
Tell
Errol
nobody
Spence.
that.
No,
Don't do
for
that.
real. Yeah, I mean, Crawford's
You
a
ain't
better
gonna
fighter.
do Dallas like that.
Hey, Terrence is a better fighter.
Rock T.
What?
We already dealing with the Cowboys, bro. We already got problems.
No, man,
we don't need no more sports problems in Dallas.
Hey,
Please
man, listen.
don't do that to us.
Somebody got to win and
Well,
somebody
but
got to
you
lose.
can say the new, but why you got to say Dallas?
Hey, he from Dallas.
Rock,
Show
stop.
that love from D-Town,
Okay,
baby.
Dallas and Oak Cliff is two different cities.
Well, Oak Cliff
Don't
is in
do
Dallas,
that.
dog.
It's not.
Yes, it is, man.
Where he from? Is he from Oak Cliff? That's like Decatur. Everybody, that's like Decatur. That's like Broward. That's like Duval. Dallas, we got Oak Cliff. Is he from Oak
So
Cliff?
do you want to see a rematch?
No. Rock, is it where he from? No, we don't want to see that no more.
Hey, man.
What he gonna do?
Hey, man, it probably going to be the same result.
If he do a rematch, he need to be allowed to have a weapon, a stick. Because he can't do nothing with them gloves on.
Say, man, so big up to Terrence Crawford. He's undisputed right about now. We
Don't put him and Dallas in the same sentence. That ain't, no,
Man,
sir.
He from Dallas,
Bruh,
though, dog.
we already got the Cowboys season coming up. We know we ain't going to the Super Bowl again this year. So stop. Just stop.
Hey, man.
Tamika,
we got-
what you want to talk about? He ain't talking about nothing today.
We got Mark Moriarty.
Rock, have a nice day. Have a nice day, Rock. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
This is the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, it's time for the State of Black America with the current president of the National Urban League, Mark Morial. Mr. Mark, what's up? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ricky. Good morning. Good morning to you and your listening audiences. And let me just share with you today's State of Black America. I just returned from Houston, Texas, where the 2023 National Urban League Conference concluded on Saturday. Ricky, it was an outstanding conference with incredible attendance. Let me just give everyone some highlights. Yolanda Adams, Melanie Campbell, Kristen Clark, Ben Crump, Al Sharpton were there. Jeff Jackson was there. In addition to a one-in-a-kind, first-of-its-kind panel with African-American mayors Eric Adams of New York, Karen Bass of Los Angeles, Sylvester Turner of Houston, and Brandon Johnson. Those are the four largest cities in the nation, and they are all led by black mayors. I had a chance, certainly as president of the National Urban League, but also as a former mayor of New Orleans, to moderate a panel with those four mayors. We discussed a range of issues: media treatment of black mayors, the way in which some states are trying to crack down and crack back on the powers of African-American mayors and mayors of all races, creeds, colors, and religions across the nation. We talked about jobs and African-American business. We talked about violence and police issues. We had an incredible first ever discussion of these mayors at the conference, in addition to so many important things. One of the big highlights for the people of Houston, Family and Community Day, over 10,000 people receiving backpacks. We gave away 2 cars. It was one great time down in Houston, a purpose with a party. Now, what was our message? Very importantly, Ricky, in these times of challenge, times of difficulty, times when our progress is being threatened, Supreme Court decision on affirmative action, the effort to suppress the vote, the effort to ban books and, if you will, undermine the teaching of African-American history, we issued a call to action around 3 Ds. The first D is defend democracy. The second D is demand diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's diversity and equity and inclusion in all aspects of American life: corporations, universities, the criminal justice system, and so forth. And the third is to defeat poverty. Even though we have low black unemployment, lower than it's been, we still have poverty that's too high in America, and especially in Black America and in Latino America. And that poverty, if you will, also impacts what we call the racial wealth gap. So those 3 Ds, Ricky, and I'll repeat them again: defend democracy, demand diversity, equity, and inclusion, and defeat poverty, represent Empowerment 2.0, the National Urban League's call to action nation for Black America. 18 months from now, we have a very important election. It's a referendum on the future of this nation. We need to get prepared. We need to get ready. We need to be registered. We have to educate ourselves. We have to be prepared to participate in the process. So much will be on the line. So the 3 Ds, and we'll be talking about that more on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Defend democracy, demand diversity, equity, and inclusion, defeat poverty, the 3 Ds of Empowerment 2.0, the message from the National Urban League's 2023 conference in Houston. A big thanks to Justin Robinson, Sylvester Turner, Sheila Jackson Lee, Al Green, Rodney Ellis, leaders in Houston, and all the participants and the panelists and the volunteers and the thousands who made it the hottest and the best civil rights conference this summer. Ricky, that is the state of Black America. Follow me, Mark Morial, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, at Nat Urban League and at Mark Morial, and I'll see you next week on the radio.
Sir, man. We appreciate you, and you've been listening to the State of Black America with the former New Orleans mayor and Louisiana State Senator Mark Morial, currently the president of the National Urban League. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Mark. We'll talk to you on next Monday. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.